Alright guys, I welcome you back, and this is going to be the casting performance of Abu Garcia's Revo MGXtreme 2. This is a part of a series where I'm comparing the Steez SV TWS, the Shimano Antares HG, and again, the Abu Revo MGXtreme 2. And in this video you're going to see I'm fishing 15-pound Daiwa J-braid X8, and I pulled it directly off the Antares that I fished, or I should say cast previously on the same field. And what you're going to be looking at, I'm throwing a half-ounce jig. Its total weight is 0.58 ounces, so that's the jig plus the skirt that comes in the package. So it weighs a little more than a half ounce. And you're going to see me throwing it on a measured field. And throughout the video, you're going to see a little splash screen pop up that shows the jig splashing down or landing. And you'll see a little blue cone in that image. Had I had the opportunity to do it over again, I would have put more cones out. But that cone is marked at 125 feet. So anytime you see that jig come down, it's beyond 125 feet. And you'll see throughout the video there are quite a few casts that eclipse the 125 foot mark. And generally they all range between 128 and 151 feet. The last cast went 151. I had a couple other casts that went about 147. Now I'm not going to say to use this reel for throwing half-ounce jigs or spinner baits or fish around heavy cover or heavy vegetation. This truly, and I hate saying it, is a finesse-oriented baitcaster. Its max drag is very limited. It is has a wide range as far as your adjustability between 0 and we'll say 5 or 6 pounds, whatever its max is. It's very low, and it's great for that application. So if you're throwing jerk baits, if you're throwing drop shots, if you're throwing shaky heads or even spooks, it's a great rod. Even light worming, Senko's in open water, fine. You're fishing heavy vegetation, heavy jigs, spinner baits, crankbaits, not good. You can use this for small square bills if you want, but it's an 8-to-1 gear ratio. So it's 32-inch per crank handle line retrieval rate. So it's a fairly fast reel. Some people don't like that for square bills. So with that in mind, I hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you guys think. Should I have added more cones in the distance? Was something out of focus? Should I change the position of that back camera? Let me know. And if you like this, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to make a purchase as far as the Steez, the Antares, or the Abu, I'll put links in the description for Amazon and eBay. And if you want to see more videos like this, I got plenty coming, so hit that subscribe button.
I guess you can call it the...
Enjoy,
is this
guys.
the Daiwa All-Terrain? Is that what the OEM is? I think it's a Daiwa All-Terrain. Better than the Daiwa? Better than the Shimano. Without a doubt. Really enjoyed throwing this. Really enjoyed throwing this with jerk baits. Really did. I mean, I felt like I was getting a ton of distance with 30-pound braid. Again, brakes at 0. There's nowhere to go. That was well past that last cone. Now, without having thrown the Metanium DC against this, or the Antares DC, or Calcutta or Conquest DC, the only other option is the MGL as far as how it can compare in casting distance. Because, and again, we're talking USDM market. So, you know what? Forget about the Antares DC. So, the Metanium MGL, the Chronoc MGL. I don't think there's a Daiwa that's going to cast better than the Steez SV TWS. So not only is the lightest reel in the United States, US market. Hold on a second, let me say it again. Not only is this Abu the lightest reel on the market, I think by a long shot too. What's the Aldebaran BFS or Aldebaran way? Is that under 5? Not only is it the lightest, it blows the Antares out of the water as far as casting distance and ease of casting distance. It beats the Steez. I thought the Steez, like I knew the Steez cast better than the Antares, but it was that whole magical thing where with the brakes you had to go with 1 on the Antares, knock it down to 3 to get real distance. The second you added a second brake weight on the Antares, you lost all distance. So if you're running 2 reds, you lost all distance if you're trying to compete for distance. And again, I'm not competing for long distance casting awards, but it's nice to be able to throw long. And I know I'm not on a lake right now, but it's kind of something that's fun to do. It's cool to see how far you're really casting. And this Cumulus rod from Shimano is a spectacular caster. It really is. It loads up nicely. It's a fast action rod. It's an excellent caster. It is by far my favorite spinnerbait rod and jig rod. It's got the titanium frame, silicone carbide guides, none of that recoil crap like on the Loomis NRX, and I like this almost as much as the NRX. Now I'm going to stand at the camera. Alright, and I'm going to cast, so I'm 7 feet behind the start point. And that went past that last blue cone, which is 125. So, at least 132, for sure. Now I'm going to make one more cast standing at the mark. I'm going to walk it out, whatever the best cast is, find out what it is. Okay, I'm happy with that one. Walking it out. Dead even, a foot past the pole. Abu Revo MGXEXtreme 2. The longest caster out of the Antares and the Steez SV TWS. Would never have thought it. Oh, sorry. So if you didn't believe me, 149, 150. That blue's 125. I'm surprised. Man, I am really surprised. I don't even know what to say on that one. I was fully expecting that reel to be dead last. I really was. And again, I really liked the previous generation MGX. I used that reel as much as I used my Calcutta DC, as much as, actually, I kind of like it more than Metanium DC. It's just more comfortable. And I can fish like this better, one-handed. But man,